evening, everyone. This is Kathy L. Murphy, the Pulpwood Queen, reporting live from my little cabin in the woods, Murphy's Law. And we are celebrating our books, our authors, our readers, everything. This is our award celebration of all of us sharing our stories. So I want to begin with something that I posted last year when I posted our 2021 book club selections. So bear with me while I put on my reading glasses because I can't read at night, especially without them. I had put in our official announcement of the 2021 book club selections. Go diverse, go global. Let's roam and explore around the world with my 2021 official Pulpwood Queen book club reads. In addition to our official Pulpwood Queen and Timber Guys Book of the Month selections in 2021, I, as the founder of the International Pulpwood Queens and Timber Guys Book Club Reading Nation, chose an International Book of the Month selection. These picks are either set in another country or the author lives outside or inside the United States. This wildly diverse collection of great reads captivated me out of the hundreds of books that were submitted for consideration. Congratulations to all who made the list. Now, here we go, all aboard. In celebration of our 2021 book club selections, I am going to read the list, and if you are present, I want you to raise your hand and show your book. The January 2021 Book of the Month was Spellbound Under the Spanish Moss, A Southern Tale of Magic by Connor Judson Garrett and Kevin N. Garrett. Our January International Book of the Month. One moment. Hold that thought. I should have had this ready, but this is our first one. And as we are very organic and authentic, I just wanted to bring our International Book Club author on board, even though I cannot reach him. So I'm bringing him into the picture, and I'm hoping that you guys can see him in this space that I have. So I'm going to scroll up. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to show you his picture. I'm getting there. Da, 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 da. Can you see him, everybody?
Yes, yes.
Okay, our International January Book of the Month was Shah Rukh Khan and The King of Bollywood, The Seductive World of Enema Cinema by Anupama Chopra. Now, our January bonus book club selection are The Book of Longings, by a novel by Sue Monk Kidd, How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind and Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow by Yuval Noah Harari, The Exiles, a novel by Christina Baker Klein. All right, I didn't see any of those people here, so I will continue. 2022 February Book of the Month was My Pursuit of Beauty. A cosmetic chemist reveals the glitz, the glam, and the batshit crazy by Vince Donato and Mickey Goodman. Our February International Book of the Month was Think Like a Monk. Train Your Mind for Peace and Purpose Every Single Day by Jay Shetty. The February bonus books of the month, The Paris Library, a novel by Janet Scasley Charles. Her, Volume 1, and Her, Volume 2 by Pierre-Alex Gentil. What? And Give Up Show Business? By James Hampton, the late great James Hampton. Knock Knock, lessons learned and stories shared. A ride along with sales superstar Doug Thompson by Doug Thompson and Echo Montgomery Garrett. March 2022 selection. The Chanel Sisters, a novel by Judith Little. Did I see Judith Little?
She's here.
Okay, Judith, we want you to show yourself and your book. Yay! We have someone in the house. Thank you.
I'm here, yay.
You look great. March.
Got my tiara, it's hard to see, but it's on.
The March International Book Club selection. International Book Club selection was Paris Road, a memoir by Marilyn Crete. The March Bonus Book Club selection. The Mermaid Mahjong Circle, a fairy tale for women by Claudia Grossman. The Lost Spells by Robert McFarlane. The Heirloom Garden by Viola Shipman. The Book of Lost Friends, a novel by Lisa Wingate. All right. 2022 April Book Club selections with our
There's 21 in 2021.
21, I'm sorry, I said 2021.
It's okay.
2021 April Book Club selection, Book of the Month. The Flying Cutterbucks, a novel by Kathleen M. Rogers. Kathleen is here. Yay, thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The April International Book Club selection, The Takeaway Men, a novel by Meryl A. The April bonus book club selections, The Fallen Girls, Book 1, and Her Final Prayer, Book 2, Detective Clara Jeffries by Catherine Casey. A Child Lost by Michelle Cox. I think she's here.
Hello, I am here. Sorry, I had to grab my book.
Raise your
Here it
hand.
is. Yay, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Next up, The Ride of a Lifetime. Lessons learned from 15 years as CEO of the Walt Disney Company by Roger Eiger.
I love that book.
Cold Reading Murder by R.J. Lee. Is R.J. here? The May Book of the Month for 2022. A Boobs.
21.
Oh, I keep saying that. I'm so sorry. 2021 May Book of the Month. A Boob's Life by How America's Obsession Shaped Me and You by Leslie Lear.
Hey, thank you.
Hey,
Boob's
Leslie.
Thank you.
Our 2021 May International Book Selection, Dreaming in the Time of Dragons by G. Clare. Okay, now we're on to the bonus book club selection for 2021 in May. Temple of Eternity, the Bobby Ether series by R. Scott Boyer. Greenwood, a novel of a family tree in a dying forest by Michael Christie. Crazy Brave, a memoir by Joy Harjo, and An American Sunrise, poems by poet, laureate of the United States, Joy Harjo. And last, as our bonus pick, When Stars Go Dark, a novel by Paula McLean. Our 2021 June Book of the Month, Pearl River Mansion by Richard Schwartz with Wendy Carter.
There we go.
Wendy?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, there
Thank
we
you
are.
for everything, Kathy. You are awesome. Everyone, thank you.
You're welcome. 2021 June International Book of the Month, Among the Maasai, a memoir by Juliet Cutler. The 2021 June bonus books of the month, The Mad Woman of Preacher's Cove by Joy Ross Davis. Is she here? Joy?
So
Next is The Small Crimes of Tiffany Templeton by Richard Fifield. Next up, Sharp as a Serpent's Tooth, Eva and Other Stories by Mandy Haynes. Yay, Mandy! Yay! Outbound Train, a novel by Renee Winchester. On to the 2021 July Book of the Month, The Gumbo Sisters, a novel by Jax Fry. The 2021 July International Book of the Month, Come Sunday, a novel by Isla Morley. The July Bonus Book Club Selections, A Million Little Lies, a novel by Betty Lee Crosby. Next up, Copper, Iron and Clay, A Smith's Journey by Sarah Dahman. What Lies Ahead, a Fireside, Texas book by Marcy Henna. Crescent City Sin by Nola Nash. Nola here?
There.
Okay. 2021 August Book Club selection, The Last Blue, a novel by Isla Morley. August International 2021 Book Club selection, Suspension, a novel by Andrea Faye Christians. The 2021 August Bonus Book Club selection is The Last of the Moon Girls, a novel by Barbara Davis. Barbara here? Next is Boop and Eve's Road Trip, a novel by Mary Helen Sheriff. There she is. I see at the top. Yay, cheer on. Good.
Thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome. And my remarkable host last night for the Hairball, A Season in Lights, a novel in 3 acts by Gregory Eric Phillips.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, we're going to wait till I see your face.
Can you see? There we go.
There you go.
Thank you, Gregory. Okay,
Thank you, Kathy.
you're welcome. What's Not Said by Valerie Taylor. Valerie here? And last on that is The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams. The 2021 September Book of the Month was Bookish Broads, Women Who Wrote Themselves into History by Lauren Marino. The September International Book of the Month, The Ancient Way, Discoveries on the Path of Celtic Christianity by River Jordan. The September Bonus Book Club selections are Hippie Chick, Coming of Age in the 60s by Eileen English. Always a Song, Singers, Songwriters, and Saints, My Story of Folk Music Revival by Ellen Harper with Sam Barry. From the Summer of Love to the Valley of the Moon, a memoir by Nancy J. Martin. Luz, a novel by Deborah Thomas. Is Deborah here?
Yep, I'm here. Loose.
Luz, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Luz.
That's okay. What a fun week this has been. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah. 2021 October Book of the Month, With or Without You by Carolyn Levy.
Great shows. Great week.
Yeah.
The 2021 October International Book of the Month, All the Way to the Tigers, a memoir by Mary Morris. The 2021 October Bonus Books of the Month, The Illusion of Leaving, a novel by Jeanette Brown.
I'm here.
Yay, Jeanette. We'll wait for your picture to pop up.
Okay, right.
Fantastic. Love the tiara.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Kathy, for everything.
Oh, you're welcome. A Visitation of Angels, a Pluto Snitch Mystery #4 by Carolyn Haynes. Switchback, a Patrick Flint novel by Pamela Fagan Hutchins. Champagne Widows, Veuve Clicquot, and Napoleon by Rebecca Rosenberg. The 2021 November Book of the Month, The Wonder Boy of Whistlestop, a novel by Fanny Flagg. The 2021 November International Book of the Month, The Cowboy and the Indian, a novel by Joseph M. Marshall. And I'm sorry to say that book was postponed. So just still on this list. The 2021 November bonus books of the month, The Girl in the Tree by Sebnem Isiguzel. Drawing Lessons, a novel by Patricia Sands. The Shoemaker's Wife by Adriana Trigiani. An Unfinished Story, a novel by Boo Walker. Scattered Lights by Steve Wigenstein. And our 2021 December Book of the Month was The Menu by Stephen Manchester. Our December 2021 International Book of the Month was The Quisling Factor by J.L. Oakley.
And she's here.
Yeah. Janet
Janet?
Oakley?
I know she's here.
Yeah, I see her. She's just muted.
Sorry, I'm here.
Oh, good. Great. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And then looks like, I don't know how I did it, but I skipped a book and it was, I'm trying to see where that just popped up and it disappeared. Ruthie Landis was a pick for Mandy. It disappeared, your message. I missed one for April.
Oh, sir, April, was acting lessons. For
Acting
living.
lessons. I am
Acting
so
lessons
sorry.
for living.
It was a bonus book pick. I don't know why I missed it. Okay. Now for the December bonus books for 2021, Solo and Salento, a memoir by Donna Keel Armour. Okay. The Art of Story Keeping, Saving History, One Family at a Time by Tamara McAllen Bolton. Next up, Evening in the Yellowwood by Laura Kemp. Nick, a novel by Michael Ferris Smith. Some of these books have garnered awards and some have already been optioned for film or television series, but all have won 5 diamonds in the Pulpwood Queen Tiara, which is my highest mark and my stamp of approval. I wanted to read off all of your books for 2021 because from the amount of books that I get to read each year, it's important to know that you were selected. So in my opinion, you all are winners, okay? A big round of applause for all of our 2021. Okay, now what we've all been waiting for. Our 2022 bonus book of the year is Sharp as a Serpent's Tooth by Mandy Haynes.
Awesome.
Yay, Mandy! Woo! Now, let me tell the listening audience.
Hold it up one more time, Mandy. Not in front of your face.
Before she speaks, I just want you all to know these books were not selected by just me. I had a vote, but these books that we are announcing were voted on by our book club members and book club author members, the ones with the most popular vote, and Mandy got the most votes by far for this category. Mandy?
I just thank you. You know, it's so funny. I just remember watching the video of Bryn McLean winning for One Good Mama Bone. And I just cried and cried and cried. And I thought, how does that feel?
We were crying.
This is how it feels.
We were all crying. It was so wonderful. But we are thrilled for you, Mandy. And I
Thank
know.
you so much, Kathy. And
I know that.
thanks to everybody that voted.
Thank you so much, everybody. Mandy is our bonus book of the year for 2021. 2022. I'm sorry, I keep getting, I'm a little befuddled because I've been going for 6 days. Okay. Our 2021 International Book of the Year is The Quisling Factor by Janet Oakley. Janet,
I
you
wanted
say a
to.
few words?
I have a lot of words because I'm totally speechless. When I saw your email, I said, congratulations, Janet Oakley. I didn't know what the heck it was. Then I opened it and I cried. And I have to say, I cried again yesterday when I listened to the list of the new people who are the books of the month, because I know what this is going to mean for them. And I had to write this stuff down because I never thought I would have anything like this. I mean, to me, this is the top of my life. And, writing a sequel is very difficult, and especially writing about a place and history very few people know about. I've told it many times that I feel it's a burden and a heavy responsibility to tell this story. I have Norwegians in Norway and people here that are Norwegian American. They all tell me, thank you. I've heard from people through my website saying they never knew, they knew Quisling, and he was a real person, and it means traitor now. But the other thing about it is that writing it as a thriller and then trying to bring all my, I did terrible things to my characters and using, and it's out on audiobook. Chris Humphreys is narrating, and we put it into the Audies. I told him, I said, you did such a great job. Can an indie person do this? And I said, yes. It said, be like, Yoda, just believe and do it. So we put it in there and we'll find out if we find it. I mean, it's a long shot, but writing is a long shot. And so I wanted to say that because it's the Oscars, I want to thank my parents in heaven who supported me for my Funny Bunny series in 2nd grade. I mean, they were my big supporters, which I illustrated. I think I showed them to Betty's class. And then also I had a wonderful writing teacher in high school, Miss Love, who I think ran off with a midshipman from the Naval Academy, because I just lived north of that. That was the thing I heard at our 50th reunion. But anyway, she got me into the writing magazine. And finally, I had a prof in college. He was very stern, very old school, but he taught me how to do proper historical research. And I believe I'm teaching that next month for the Pulpwood Queens. You talking to Mandy about that.
Thank you.
But anyway, I thank all of you. You're my family. I just thank all of you. I'm so honored. Thank you.
I've never been more thrilled.
Cousin
Janet.
Mandy. Yeah.
We really, really wanted to make this a big deal for all of you, and we'll continue to do so. So all you 2022 authors, this will be where you'll be at next year. So you're all winners for being selected. Now last, we're up for the 2021
2034
Book of the Year. And I had this happen before on a nonfiction category, but I had a tie this year. Awesome. And since I'd already voted, I couldn't break the tie, and I wouldn't want to anyway, because they both wrote fabulous books. The first winner of our Book of the Year for the tie place is Judith Little of the Chanel Sisters. Judith, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, here's the book. Thank you so much. So I'll be brief, but I just want to say thank you, Kathy, so much. You've done so much for me. And I mean, this is just like being part of the Pulpwood Queens has been huge. I don't know if you remember, but when I first came with my first book, Wick with Hall, and it was published by a very small publisher, and I was terrified. I remember walking into Nacogdoches, and I was literally terrified because I had spent 10 years writing that book in seclusion. And then I finally got it published, and they said, oh, now you're going to have to go talk to people. And I was like, I don't talk to people. I don't do that. And of course, that was why I was terrified. And then the very first person I met when I walked in, I know everybody can probably answer who this is because her name was Betty. She was the first person I met. She was wearing, she was with Bren McLean, and she was wearing a One Good Mama Bone t-shirt. And I thought she was Bren's publicist. Like, I thought she worked for Bren.
She kind of is. She kind of is. Okay.
No, it's just going to all those book signings.
Well, you were like in charge, and I just thought, wow, everybody brought their publicist with them, and they have like people, and I don't have anybody. And then I met Kathy, and I was even more intimidated because, you know, Kathy, I mean this in a good way, because I've always said, Kathy, I really think that you could be the CEO of a Fortune 100 company. I mean, putting this whole thing together like you do amazes me. I don't know how you do it, how you keep everybody going. And I know how much work it is and how hard it is. And you have to deal with so many different personalities and so much time. And I mean, I'm a corporate lawyer in my real life. And so I know, you know, I know what you do and how hard it is and how difficult it is. So just know that you're really appreciated for that. And I also want to just thank quickly the book clubs. I mean, the book clubs to me that I've met at the Pulpwood Queens. I think I see Billy Brinkley is on this by phone. Billy, you're not going to get away with not showing your face, but Billy and her book club in Houston and so many of the other ones have been such a huge support to me, and just more like a family. I mean, with my first book and then with the Chanel sisters, I mean, it's just, you guys are my lifelong friends, whether you want to be or not. So, and Betty, yes, I do still I was trying to find the butterflies. We moved, and I know I kept them, and I could not find them, and I was going to wear them, but I couldn't find them. So I do have this tiara, but next time we meet in person, which hopefully will be soon, I hope, I will bring back the butterfly tiara. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. And really, I mean, you guys are like my family. And I think it's, you know, this is like the Hotel California. You can check out anytime, but you can't leave. And, you know, I don't want to leave. So.
Well, I just want to interject two things. First of all, I didn't do this by myself. I had a Pulpwood Queen Dream Team that you're going to meet at the very end. And I cannot tell you, I could not have done this without them, especially Mandy Haynes. So stay tuned for that. And I also want to interject, the last time I saw Judith was I called in all my Texas authors, and we were so excited. We did our first live bookstore event at Murder by the Book in Houston to talk about the Pulpwood Queens and our 20 years of meeting together. And all the authors brought their new books, and then we left and COVID hit. So that was the last time I saw Judith, which was, gosh, 2 years ago. So I cannot thank you and your husband enough. They're both attorneys. They're wonderful people, and I am thrilled for you. But we have another winner, so I'm going to read that name now. This was a complete tie, and our other winner is, drum roll, Kathleen M. Rogers of the Flying Cutterbug.
Oh, good.
Yay! Do you have a few words you can say for all of us?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do have a few words. First, I'd like to congratulate Judith. It's so awesome. And I have to say to everyone listening, watching, when I received the email from Kathy L. Murphy, she included her phone number, and I read to the point of her phone number, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a mistake. I called Kathy. I said, this is Kathleen. I think you might have me confused with another Kathleen. So I wrote a few things down. When I started my writing journey 48 years ago, I was 15 years old and penning stories for my high school newspaper in Little Clovis, New Mexico. After decades writing for magazines and newspapers and building my publishing credits, I turned to writing novels as a way to explore emotional truth through the guise of fiction. So I'd just like to thank Kathy L. Murphy, the founder of the Pulpwood Queens and Timber Guys Book Club Reading Nation. I've been following Kathy for years before she even knew who I was. Two Kathys. Another huge thanks to our executive director, Miss Mandy Haynes. Thank you, Mandy, for joining forces with Kathy L. Murphy and for lifting all of us up on top of everything else you managed to do. And oh yeah, you're a writer. I would like to thank all my brother and sister Pulpwood Queen, Timber Guy, author members and readers or the authors for endorsing my novel and helping promote The Flying Cutterbucks, which is my 4th novel. Thank you so much for the readers and publishing professionals who have lifted me up and believed in my work. Thank you so much to Nancy Cleary of Wyatt McKinsey Publishing and to my agent, Diane Nine, for believing in my story, which was kind of risky to write. I cannot end this without dedicating my award to the memory, I practiced this, to the memory of my little brother, Larry Lynn Doran. Larry has been my muse since 1983. Hey, Larry. And last but not least, a huge thank you to my long-suffering saint and hubby who brought me roses today, my husband, Tom, of 42 years. The man deserves a medal. Thank you so much. I'm so honored.
You're so welcome. So I'm going to make the next announcement. Then I'm going to be bringing up Jonathan Haupt. So Jonathan, be ready, okay? The next award was given, you know, a million connections happened when I met Pat Conroy, including meeting most of his family in person and online just about every day. His wife has been a pick more than he ever was, Cassandra King, who I adore and love. And but he introduced me to his best friend, somebody he talked to 3 or 4 times a day. His name was Doug Marlette. And Doug Marlette was my cheerleader. Anytime I felt like I couldn't always reach Pat, but I could always reach Doug. And anytime anything happened that I needed advice, I'd call Doug Marlette. Now, Doug Marlette was a Pulitzer Prize winning political cartoonist and Pat Conroy's sidekick. They were hilarious together. In fact, when I die, I'm not scared one bit because I'm going to join them on that storytelling bench in the library in the sky. But Doug Marlette, I adored him until one night, right before book club with Denise Hildreth Jones, I'll never forget this as long as I live, Karen Zachariah Spears sent me an email, and in the email was the obituary of Doug Marlette in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And I was in literal shock. I picked up the phone and I tried to call him. You know, you do the strangest thing when you hear tragic news. And he was killed. He had gone from North Carolina. He'd gone from Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he's on a sabbatical teaching at University of Oklahoma, and gone home to do his father's eulogy at his funeral. And is on his way back, he stopped in Memphis, was picked up by the man who headed up a theater group in Oxford, Mississippi, and they were putting on Doug's musical Kudzu, which was a hilarious satire of the South. And on the way, they hit a wet spot, and they hydroplane flew off the road, hit a tree, and Doug was killed on contact. So even to this day, I can't quit crying about it. But here's the funny thing. When I was driving Doug in the damn minivan to all my Pulpwood Queen meetings one day, we were talking away as I normally do. And Doug goes, Kathy. And I go, what? He goes, do you normally have paparazzi taking pictures of you driving down the interstate? I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, look. And I looked over, and it was this little white car with a photographer leaning across, snapping pictures. And it just drove on honking. I thought, what the hell? What was that? And we laughed about it. And then a couple days later, I got an email from my friend Shane Bevel, who was a photographer with the Shreveport Times. And he said, I saw the damn minivan and I knew you had an author riding with you. So I took a photo. So this is a long story, but it's important to tell. So what happened was Doug was killed, and I kept thinking, oh my God, Shane took that picture, and that was the last time I saw him. So I emailed Shane Bevel, who now is up freelancing in Tulsa. And I said, Shane, you don't happen to have that picture? And he goes, do you know what day it was? And I go, no, but I know it was a Tuesday because that's book club night. And he said, well, I'll look for it. He goes, I'd have no idea, Kathy, but I keep everything. Maybe it'll show up one day. I don't know how many years later, and I don't know how many years it's been since Doug died, but I get an email with an attachment. And the email was from Shane Bevel. And he said, look what I found. And there I was driving going, and Doug Marlette's going, he found the photo. And, I'll treasure that photo as long as I live. I still have it. But this award is given in his honor. I called his widow and I said, you don't know me, but I love Doug. And I just would like to do it. And she gave me permission to give this award. So the Doug Marlette Award is given to someone who has spent their career promoting literacy. And I would like to give this award to somebody who saved me years ago when I had my website, my database, and everything stolen. And he helped me out of it. I'd like to give it to Paul Roberson, my webmaster. Is Paul here, Mandy? Yes.
Yes.
Paul, you're the winner this year. You're the Doug Marlette Award winner. And I want everybody to see your beautiful face. And you guys, he's a volunteer. He's been helping me for how many years? How many years have you been helping me, Paul?
8 or 9 years.
A long time. And he never complains. He always laughs and keeps my spirits up. And he is the biggest supporter of literacy. And if you look at our website, most all of the work that is Paul, he does our newsletter, he does our advertisement on our newsletter, and he never asks for anything in return other than we love each other, don't we, Paul?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And I hope you tell your parents how proud I am, and something will be coming to you in the mail. So please, winners, send me your address, okay? And we'll talk later. Did I surprise you?
Yes, you did. I didn't know.
Well, you stay on because I want to talk to all of you at the end, my team. So stay here. Don't go away, okay?
Right.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to introduce the executive director of the Pat Conroy Literacy Center in Beaufort, South Carolina, Jonathan Haupt. Jonathan? I know he's here.
I'm here.
And he's so handsome tonight. Thank you for dressing for the occasion. You guys, I want this like the Academy Awards. So thank you for those dressing up. Before you even start, I've known Jonathan for a long time, back when he was with, in the publishing world. He always would send me books. he's the most gracious person and humble person I've ever seen. And you're most of the reason why I really helped support the Pat Conroy Center, because they had the smarts to put you as the executive director. But tonight we created a special award. Jonathan is the past recipient of the Doug Marlette Award, and I think Betty Koval is a past recipient of the Doug Marlette Award. Oh, are you going to show us?
I have my boot.
Never drop this on his foot, just as a precaution. They're shockingly heavy.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have a special award to give tonight because we're finding out there's a lot of unsung heroes in this world. And some of them, you know, when I went back to school and they go, oh, those millennials, they're so lazy. They don't. Well, I didn't find that out at all. I look at the young people today and I see a very energetic and future. And I wanted to recognize that fact. So Jonathan is going to present our latest, newest award. Jonathan?
Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. And I don't know what you mean about dressing up special for tonight. I mean, I sit around in a tuxedo in my home library every Sunday evening.
Do you have on your Pulpwood Queen tennis shoes?
I do not. I have my Team Siren shoes. Here. Yes.
I knew you had on one of your
Yes.
tennis shoes. Okay.
Amazing how quickly I got those off when you asked to see them on camera. Really
I
good
see
at
that. I see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is exciting, and congratulations to all of tonight's winners, and to Paul in particular for joining the proud fellowship of the Doug Marlette Award winners with me and Betty and the rest of a really remarkable crew. When I was presented with the Doug Marlette Award, which was just a couple of years ago, the last time we had an in-person Pulpwood Queens conference, I remember coming off stage and just completely shocked that I had won, as Paul is shocked tonight. And I said to somebody who was in the back of the room, I thought this was a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm 46 years old. I don't think I should be getting this. Maybe next year they can give it to my teenage sidekick, just jokingly. And here we are a couple of years later, and something must have been in the ether, because our dear friend and hero and fearless leader, Kathy L. Murphy, has created the Pulpwood Queens International Literacy Leader Award, which is indeed for a young person. And I'm very honored tonight to give this to a young person who is very dear to all of us in Beaufort, who is inspirational above and beyond any expectations I might have had when I was first introduced to her. Holland Perryman, the only teenager in the Zoom room tonight, is the first ever winner of the International Literacy Leader Award. Holland has been our intern at the Conroy Center for the past 3 years, culminating with the founding of DALO, Diversity Awareness Youth Literacy Organization, earlier this year, and which is already the largest student-founded organization at Beaufort High School, same Beaufort High School that Pat Conroy once attended. And in a couple of weeks, we get to present DALO to a statewide English educators conference in the hopes that DALO goes across South Carolina and hopefully beyond that as well. Holland has been interviewing authors, about a dozen by my count, for the past year or so, and also writing book reviews for the Pulitzer Prize winning Charleston Post and Courier, as most teenagers get to do, of course. And she is also paying it forward, which is so important to us here at the Conroy Center, by teaching writing workshops for both adults and young folks as well. And she is newly accepted to Vanderbilt University, which I am very proud to announce to Pulpwood Queen Nation tonight. And just last night, I was in a tuxedo as well, congratulating Holland for being newly selected and newly announced as this year's winner of the Lighthouse Scholarship from the Foundation of Leadership Education right here in Beaufort. So I never ever get tired of congratulating Holland for things, and there are no shortage of opportunities to do that. And tonight is one more. So I am very proud to give the International Literacy Leader Award to my protege, my dear friend, and my literary hero, Holland Perryman.
Great. Congratulations, Holland. Because education is so expensive, I was trying to think how we could keep you as a part of our group. So for every year you continue your education, you will be given a complimentary pass to our annual weekend to keep you inspired. And everybody who's won tonight, I need you to send me your addresses. Not tonight, because I'm going to be sending you something in the mail. And also, I understand that Holland's parents, the Perrymans, are here tonight. Can they sneak in and get you on camera so we can recognize what a great job these parents have done?
My parents are in their pajamas, but they're here.
Well, that's all right with us. All right. Pajamas. So I'm so thrilled they're here. And I just want to tell you that if you follow your parents and Jonathan Haught's lead, there is nothing that you're not going to be able to do. We consider you now a global literacy leader, and we want you to post into us every now and then how it's going at Vanderbilt, which that's Mandy's territory. So, we've got a lot of Pulpwood Queens authors that have gone to Vanderbilt, including Marshall Chapman. So we are thrilled for you. And did you have to pick that far away from the parents, though? They're going to come and see you. Don't worry. They'll come and see you. So all of these winners tonight.
If I can interrupt, Holland did not get a chance to make any remarks whatsoever last night, and she might not do that tonight. She can be kind of chatty in that teenager way. But I also want the record to show that Patrick is in his pajamas and I'm in a tuxedo, so clearly one of us put a little more thought in the evening.
Well, go ahead, Holland. We would love to hear what you have to say.
So I didn't know why I was getting on this particular call. I'm always excited to hang out with the Pulpwood Queens with the tiara on. So I was very happy to be here, but I didn't know why. So thank you so much. I feel really, really lucky to have been a part of the Pulpwood Queens in any way. I remember the very first time that I met you, Kathy L. Murphy, and I think your hair was maybe purple at the time. Yeah. And I remember and I remember thinking that was really cool. So yes, very, very distinct to my memory and will always be such a big part of my story through the Conroy Center. And I'm just so thankful. So much has been poured into me by so many people. And I'm really, really excited to see how I can keep paying that forward. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And that tiara suits you. It looks fun.
Thank you very much.
Well, that is everything. That concludes our 2022 Pulpwood Queen Girlfriend Weekend, except for one big announcement. We get to hear what all of your bids helped us bring into the Pat Conroy Center, because you see, everything we donated that was auctioned off was all the proceeds go to this wonderful not-for-profit. So drum roll, Jonathan.
I am very grateful to all of you who donated items to this year's auction, and to all of those of you who made bids, and those of you who made direct donations as well, both through the auction website and then kind of around the auction website directly to the Conroy Center as well. It was some really, really spirited bidding on some incredible items. TK Thorne's Low Country, I thought there was going to be a bloodbath over that one. Everybody wanted that, and understandably so. That is a beautiful, beautiful original watercolor. And I'm glad to see it being the top bid getter from the auction. So the auction directly raised for $3,280. Some other money came in around that, which brought us up to $3,680. A really wonderful total, I will say. And all of that goes directly to fund our own Low Country Book Club convention, which we hold here at the Conroy Center in Beaufort every September. And a lot of Pulpwood Queens, including Kathy, have been down to take part in that. But the last 2 years that we've held this auction, we did a little bit better than we did this year. 4,200 was our goal and our hope, and we didn't quite make it. So 2 folks have stepped up to fill in that gap, and we are both on screen right now. Kathy and I are each going to make a donation that will bring us up to matching last year's total. And I'm making mine in honor of Holland Perryman and Alicia Aurora and Millie Bennett, my 3 amazing interns at the Conroy Center. So thank you all so much for your generosity. Thank you, Kathy, for leading the charge on this every single year and gathering all these remarkably generous people together. It would have meant everything to Pat to know that writers, that his fellow authors, were donating to the center in such a meaningful way.
That's right. Well, thank you, everybody. And this concludes the Oscar-like awards presentation from the International Pulpwood Queens and Timber Guys Book Club Reading Nation. I didn't have to turn the music on once, and I will never do that because it's all about the story, yours, mine, and ours, and we want to hear every bit of it. So hang on, we've got a big year planned, but last but not least, my team. Can I bring on Robert, Mandy, Paul, Betty, the Pulpwood Queen Dream Team, if we could get them all to the top of the page. I hope we can do that. There's Robert, looking so fine in his
So dapper.
beautiful- Dapper. You guys remind me of, and then there's Paul, who Paul did not know we were going to do this. So he really didn't have a warning. But you know what? I love what you have on, Paul, because that's how I pretty much look every day, beard and all.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to work.
And there's Mandy. I just want each one of these team members to speak. I'll start with you, Paul, on what is meant to be a part of this volunteer job, and you know, maybe a highlight from your year for us, or your years for us, I should say, Paul. Go ahead.
You know what's really interesting? Well, in case you don't know, I am a Black man. And this is an organization full of women. And you would be amazed at how nice everybody has been to me. Some of the best friendships you could ever have. And it's not an organization I ever thought I would be a part of, but from day one, I was made to feel very welcome. Like from day one. And I saw how much Kathy was doing for everybody and how much she sacrifices to help everybody that she comes in contact with. And that's why I made a decision, like, I'm gonna help her as much as I can from day one, because like, she's a good person and she helps everybody. So that's why I love good people. I love being around good people, and authors share and bear their soul in their books and their writings. And that's why I love this community, because you see a little piece of the person who's writing in their books. And when I read Kathy's book, it was just like, wow, you know, it felt like I knew this person my entire life. So throughout the years, it's been very interesting. We've had some good times, girlfriend weekends, crises with the website, and, you know, getting that all, keeping that going. And, you know, it's been a roller coaster ride sometimes, but you know what? It's always worth it. Because at the end of the year, when we get to come together for these conventions, you know, it's like, yes, this is why I do this. And I can imagine the work that Kathy puts in behind the scenes that even I don't see. You know, she's reading all these books. She's up day and night doing this. And so, you know, a lot of people putting a lot of work into this. Mandy and Robert and Betty, these guys are doing amazing things, especially this year when Mandy and Robert and Betty came on board. Like, there's so much new things that are happening because they're putting in a lot of work, a lot of ideas and stuff. And I really appreciate what they've done for this book club, for Kathy, even for me. They've made my job a lot easier. So I am forever thankful and grateful, and I'm just glad I'm a part of the Pulpwood Queens.
Thank you, Paul. I'll never forget the first day you came in my shop and said, "How do I join your book club?" I go, "Yay!" So exciting. Brooke proudly brought you in. That was awesome. Okay, and now Robert. Robert came for the first time last year, and he never missed a panel. He is the Jacob Marquez of 2022. You guys never miss panels. And I thought, who is this guy? And then he starts showing up at all my book and film clubs. And I said, he likes movies as much as I do. I'm bringing him on board. So he's my co-host for my book and film club. And Robert, anything you would like to share?
Well, no, I mean, it's been a wonderful year. I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for Claire Fullerton being so kind to reach out to me in the writing community. She knew that I was about a year out from my debut novel. And I think she knew that, like all writers on this path for the very first time, needed a little support. So she said, you know what, you need to be a member of the Pulpwood Queens and you need to meet Kathy L. Murphy. And it really has been one of it's been a tremendous year. I can't imagine having been on this journey without this community. It's meant everything. It might sound a bit cliche, but yeah, I do feel a bit as if I found my tribe. We have much in common. We love to read, and the majority of us love to write as well. And so, I've had so many cheerleaders, so many people in my corner. I see the winner. I see Miss Kathleen Rogers up there. She's always behind the scenes saying sweet things and reaching out and just cheering me on. Everyone, on this call has been, everyone on Zoom tonight has been so wonderful to me and so kind. And, I'm about a month away from this debut novel coming out, and it's exciting and it's terrifying. And I don't know what I would have done if I had not had this community. And so what little bit I've done to contribute, I'm grateful to have had that opportunity, and I will continue to do as much as I can do to support this wonderful group and to support you, Kathy. So thank you for everything. It's been a pleasure working with you, Paul and Mandy and Betty. You're just so lovely and just a wonderful spirit. So I'm just happy to be here.
And now you, Betty. Betty and I go way back
to about 2009. I'm telling you, the first time I came by myself because no one else came with me. Now there were some other people from Blytheville came later, but they didn't come with me. And so I just was adopted by a couple of different groups. The girls from Houston, Texas, I just love them dearly. And it was the girls from Bay City. Was that the first? Baytown. Oh my gosh. They were just like every year, the first 3 years that I came, they were just, come sit with us, and it was just so nice and lovely. And to meet all the authors and get to know them and get the backstory, because that, as a reader, that's what I want to know. I'm the question queen. Father Paulo used to call me question queen. He said, why do you ask so many questions? I said, well, you never find anything out if you don't ask. And so you would never believe I'm a talker, huh? But but I love to ask questions, and that's how you find out. And you authors, I'm just in awe of all of the time that you put in researching books to make that printed word something that I dearly love. And there's 3 things that I talk about all the time, 2 of them primarily: Pulpwood Queens, Ollie, and then our local free clinic. And I'm telling you, my husband even loves coming to the girlfriend weekend. I mean, it's just amazing. He came the first year, he wasn't through the first panel, and he says, I want to come back the next year. And so he's loving it. And he was so just, everybody made him feel welcome. And Bryn, oh my God, we just hit it off right from the very get-go. And when we saw Judith, bless her heart, I just instantly fall in love. So all of you, I think of you as my dear cousins. Claire and I were the first cousins, but you know what? All of you can be my cousin. I love you, and I want to see you every year, and I will promote every book you have. And just like me on Facebook, follow me, whatever. Well, follow me, friend me on Facebook. I just love you. And Kathy, you know that I said this would never have happened without your vision. And so I just thank you for pursuing it and allowing us the honor to push you forward.
Well, everybody goes with me arm in arm, holding hands, I'm telling you. And thank you, Betty. I love staying at your house, and your husband Bill's, he's a trooper, man. But we have last, and I saved Mandy for last because you guys know one side of me, the publicity Pulpwood queen, the positive poster, the one who embraces the world. Mandy, I have another side, don't I? I'm always, she goes, quit being so gloom and doom. And she is my cheerleader, and she lifts me up and she says, will you just stop for 1 minute and let me talk? So I love her dearly, and I want to share her story with all of you on this crazy journey. Go, your turn.
See how bossy? She's so bossy.
I'm bossy. Woo! Okay, here we go. Okay.
No, I tell you, when I don't even know what to say. It's like everybody has already said everything I want to say this whole week. When it's just such a cool thing, you know, this is a different community than any other. And when Kathy asked me, you know, a year ago if I would be the executive director, I said, I didn't even ask her what that meant. I didn't even ask what she wanted me to do, you know.
Dummy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you realize that I had all those ideas because I made you work. I made you work hard this year. You worked hard before, but you know, we really did. We pushed a bunch because the last couple of years have been really hard for you, Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
It had been hard for you. I mean, even before COVID, you had some stuff going on, and you know, it's a lot of work. A lot of work, but so worth it. And it really is. It's so worth it. There are a lot of good groups, and a lot of authors support each other everywhere. I mean, I've been lucky, but not like this. Not like in what you started 22 years ago. And I'm just really proud to be a part of it.
And I'm proud to have you guys on my team. So everybody, please send me a photo, especially the winners. I was so busy messing up our program that I didn't even get a shot of you. So I was nervous. So and you don't think I am, but I'm literally was shaking in my boots, but because I was so afraid I get something wrong. And I did a whole bunch of times, but you know what? That's just the way.
You got a whole lot right. You know what? That's
right.
Kathy, can I say something about Mandy?
Robert Kahn fell over, so there you go.
Kathy, can I say something about Mandy? I've been working all week long on a book angel, and actually Betty has one. This is for you, Mandy. I've been consulting hair with Betty all day about the right kind of hair, and I'll send it in the mail. I use a part of it way it hangs. It's a button from my Nana from about 1920, and I'll put this in the mail for you tomorrow.
Sweet.
Oh,
I have one. It hangs on my tree. She spoke at my Ollie group, and I had to be back in Texas at a funeral, and Janet did such a wonderful job, and everyone just loved her. And she sent me a little thing in the mail. I was just blown away.
I've been watching you make that, Janet. I've been watching, you know,
that's
your little
right.
pictures. We get so sweet. I thought, who's that lucky person going to be? Janet does such sweet things.
Well, you.
Thank you.
So I asked you last summer what your favorite color was, so I went and looked for the fabric. But
you know,
anyway,
Janet,
my joy.
Janet knew that I was an art and geology major, and only 2 people in my life have ever sent me rocks, and she was one of them. And it meant the world to me. I like big rocks. I cannot lie. But she sent me a rock, and I just go, she's paying attention. You know, it's not about money or fame or anything, but that little rock, that little book angel, you know, all the gifts that I've been sent this year, I just can't thank you enough. And so, you guys, we're tired. Y'all, let's go put on our jammies, get a glass of wine, and let's wind down, and we'll be back when we get rested.
Okay, wait.
Congrats to everybody.
I want to look at one gallery view before we go. I'd like to see.
I do too. Everybody, let's get a shot, and send me photos because I'm going to do it. I don't have any way of taking pictures of all of our winners. Hang on just a second. Camera. Okay. Camera, go. Why won't it go? Camera. Oh, sorry, Robert, but you're good at posing. And Robert and I both like Versailles. Can you tell? It was really fun. Okay. Who's
I
next?
gotta tell Jonathan one thing. Jonathan, Bill and I are going to New Hampshire this year. I want to try to stop by Beaufort and see you guys.
I would love that, Betty. Please do come. Oh,
All
that'd be
right.
fantastic.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, wait.
Congrats.
Here, photos.
Oh,
Photos
photo.
of winners. Yeah, are the winners still all here?
I think
Yes,
so.
Judith, are you here?
Yep, I see
I'm
Judith.
here.
Okay,
I'm here,
Tara,
yeah.
you'll pop up if you. Yay! I want to get a picture of you. Oh, I got
Oh.
Mickey. Where'd Judith go?
Judith, talk again.
Hi, I'm here. Hello.
Just keep talking till I.
I'm here.
I'll get
Here.
both Judith and Mickey.
Mickey, Judy, Judy, Mickey.
All right.
I'm trying to get every,
Fine. Okay.
where's
And then where's,
Kathleen?
Kathleen.
I'm here.
Okay, I want to get a picture of you. Keep talking.
Hello and thank you.
Oh,
Thank
there you
you.
both are together. That's,
that's
good.
great.
Keep
Thank you.
talking.
Oh,
Where's Janet? There's Janet.
I'm here.
I got Janet. Okay, who else?
Well,
did
can we get a picture of all four of us together?
Yes.
Judith. Oh,
Yes.
awesome.
And
That would be great.
I'd love to get Holland too. And I got Paul. Oh, that's awesome.
It's great.
Yay! There's our winner.
What a great
Proud of
weekend.
this. I can't believe that.
You
I
can
would say
announce it to the
weekend, but what a
world,
great extended weekend, Kathy.
I'm going to put up, I hope if I can stay up tonight, I'll get it up tonight, but otherwise it'll go up first thing in the morning. So I'll be announcing you guys, and you can add that extra stamp of Pulpwood Queen approval. We need to do a winner sticker.
Official
Official.
for my angel.
You're funny. Everybody, open it up to gallery again. I want to see everybody. Let's see. I cannot thank you all. So you guys see what's going to happen next year. And I promise you, I will be more of a seasoned professional. Well, I'll try.
That's why we love you.
I'll try. I am a flawed queen, but I seriously, whether you came from Hawaii, Jim Markham, or Susan Kamado came from Japan, wherever you came from, grab a friend and get them to come. And oh, last thing, don't forget our early bird special. Paul's got it up 2023, $199 through tomorrow night, and then Tuesday morning it goes up to $250. So if you're
But
booked,
would you rather it be like this than be so sterile and perfect, like so businesslike? And this, don't you like this? Like, I like you sneezed when we hit record and stuff like that. That's perfect.
I couldn't get to the button in time, and I haven't sneezed the entire weekend. And there, right before I'm to say my name, achoo! I hate
That's what
it.
makes
somebody would've
everything
gone
so
to
much
the
fun,
bathroom.
though. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Mandy? That's what makes it so much fun.
Yeah, I don't want it to get too I mean, it'll never be perfect.
I don't want to be I don't want to be a corporation, a business. I want to be a family, a tribe of people that I want to be with the rest of my life. That's what matters to me. And if anybody wants to say before we go anything, just shout it out, man. This has been a great weekend. I cannot say what having every one of you here means to me. I mean, I'm looking at Susan Peterson. We do this, don't we, Susan? We just love it, don't we? And Jacob.
Kathy, I just have to say, so thank you so much for inviting me to be part of the group, and thanks Robert and thanks Mandy for supporting all my crazy shenanigans I do besides books also. But I just do a little part of what Kathy does, but I'm not getting paid for it. But it's all about making money off of it. It's about supporting all the authors, because there's a lot of books out there that get a lot of that stuff, but those are like the stuff that gets promoted like on the big TV shows. But your books are just as good as everybody else's. So
They're
that's why I
better.
would like to do those.
They're
Yeah.
better. They're honestly better. It's
Yes.
just that in life circumstances, unless you have a huge following or have big bucks,
Yeah.
celebrity status or sports professional, it's just really, everything Chip McGregor I agreed with, I will tell you, everything. But everybody here, pass it forward, pay it forward. I cannot, and I'm so mad. I couldn't even bid on your painting, TK, because it wouldn't let me in. I go, I'm the one that started this fundraiser. I called charities.com and I go, I've registered 3 times. It won't let me in. They go in again and change your password. Well, I only had it, an hour for lunch. So I go finally, I just said, I'm making a donation. I'll just round it up to make that for the Pat Conroy Center. So you all, next year, we all know what to do. We need to bring a friend, come whether you're featured or not, because you're going to get to talk and be sharing this wonderful tribe of, and you will never know until after it's over how many connections you have made this weekend. Because I've had
so many this week. I can't believe it. So.
Well, and they're just going to continue. It's just going to continue all the year because that is, I've got so many plans.
Randy's going to kill me. She's going to kill me because she's going to take over. Okay. She's going to take over and she's doing me in with all these works of kindness. And I go, but you know what? If I croak today, I just say to Pat and Doug, hey, I'm here. I'm just really happy. I'm just really happy. Thank you. I got to go.
Love you, Kathy.
Love you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Love you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
So great to see you.
Thanks, everybody.
Good
Love you
night.
guys.
All my